Million YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another Sunday Q&A where I do my best to answer any question you have about wholesaling houses. And my question to you to start off is, how long have you been wholesaling houses? Drop it in the comment. It's getting pretty warm in here, so let me take off this jacket. Oh my god. So drop it in the comment. Let me know, how long have you been wholesaling? How long have you been wholesaling? Drop it in the comment. I want to know. And you guys, as you enter the live stream, smash the thumbs up for me. If you are new to the channel, you're interested in learning about wholesaling houses, how you can turn your annual income to your monthly, even weekly through this business, smash the subscribe button. I'm going to share and teach you everything I've learned and everything I will be learning about wholesaling houses, where you go out there, find motivated seller, discounted property, lock it up in a contract, and be able to assign it and make a boatload of money. Joe Ho, what up? Happy Sunday. Smith, 6 months. Smith been wholesaling for 6 months. Victoria Key, Khang Lee, what up, Victoria? Happy Sunday. You guys, my question to you is, how long have you been wholesaling? Drop it in the comment. I want to know, and the reason I want to know is because I also want to know, have you done your first wholesale deal, right? Have you done it? 4 months, 17 contract. V, what up? V, you guys, V is, to me, she's definitely something extraordinary. 4 months, 17 contract lock, and sold. Can't beat that. Dang. That's the kind of things that I like to hear. It makes me so happy. Truth and Downfall, what up? Happy Sunday. So let me know, how long have you been wholesaling? The reason why I want to know is because if you're going at it for 6 months and a year and you haven't got your first wholesale deal and you haven't, like, there's something wrong. Like, we need to figure out what's wrong. You need to figure out what's wrong. I want to be like V. We all want to be like V right now. Yeah, she's pretty extraordinary to me. Emperor, Khang, what up? Dean William, hey there, man. We're ready. Let's do this. Come on, drop in the comment as you enter this live stream. You guys, let's see if we can get like up to like 100 people watching. Edmund Carter, 2 months, 3 contract, 0 close. 2 months in, 3 contract. That's not bad. You know, getting a lot of people get in the business and don't even get things under contract. So you're in it for 3 months, you're getting things under contract, and if you haven't sold it, which means you can, you know, make changes to maybe the price is too high or whatever it is, but at least you're taking action. So you're getting kind of basically what I'm trying to say is you're in the movement, like you're getting traction. That's good. 2 months, 3 contract. Welcome to the Now. I recently started. My issue is finding comps in the area. Welcome to the Now. Welcome to the Now. Maybe you should follow, the next Saturday I'll do a deal Saturday where I'll show you how to do comps. But all you need to do is YouTube it, how to find comps. And I'm sure that you'll be able to find a lot of video on it. Call some realtor in the area to help you figure out some comps. So you can kind of get, you know, pick up the traction and kind of get an ideas and things like that. Call and talk to realtor. Just call and talk to them. Hey, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in this area. What do you think it's go for in perfect condition after fix up? And just start looking stuff on Zillow in the market you're looking to target. And eventually you know, the more you do it, eventually you get an idea. Also to welcome to Now, if you're having issue finding comps, you know, trying to connect with other realtor, trying to see if you can get access to MLS, things like that. Flipping Squad, New Jersey, 6 months in, okay. Have you got any contract? Have you closed any deals? Derek King, I'm just gonna pronounce your last name, King. Hey bro, I am in a situation I blocked on this contract and now I just seeking buyer and a title company, and do I need a lawyer to close? Okay, King, what you need to do is, that's why you guys, if you guys follow my step-by-step how to wholesale, that's the kind of the second thing. I think that's like the second step or so that I tell you to do, is because it's just easy, so you can just get it out of the way. But try to connect and get a title company or attorney ready, so that way when you have the contract, you know the title company that does this, and you just send it in, and it just, you don't have to worry about it. So King, you need to understand, you need to find out if your if the area that you're in, is it an attorney or a title company? If it's an attorney and title, I would always pick a title company versus having an attorney, all right? Because some state is an attorney state, so yes, you need an attorney to close. Some state there's a title company. You would, to me, I prefer title company over attorney. Seeking and the best way to me is connect with anybody in your local area, your local RIA, local RIA, local REIPs. Post it on, Wholesaling Houses full-time. Reach out to people on Bigger Pockets, wholesaling full-time. Ask them what title company they're using and things like that. And it's the best way, man. And like, it's the best way because you know that you don't have to make a bunch of calls. You can just, piggyback of other people that have successfully closed and used that attorney or that title company. Joni Fitcher, I hope that helps. 1 month in. Joni Fitcher, 1 month in. Okay, if you're 1 month in, I would like to know is how did you discover real estate and what makes you getting into wholesaling? Victoria Key, I started yesterday and got my first contract same day. Oh man, unbelievable. You started yesterday and got a contract? Unbelievable. Well, let me know when you close. Would love to bring you onto the channel. David, Dean William, 2 months in, 4 contracts, 0 so. Learn not to lock up for too much in this process. Let me see what Dean William is trying to say. 2 months in, 4 contract, 0 so. Learn not to lock up for too much in this process. So Dean, I guess my question for you is that you locking up these property on the contract, like when you send it out to your buyers, did you get any feedback from your buyers? Like, did you get any bites? Like, does the buyer say, hey, you know what? Did the buyer even look at your deal and say, hey, you know what? It's too much, or I don't like the area. Like basically what you're looking at is you're looking at some feedback so you can make adjustment, right? You want to get some feedback. So if you tie forward under contract and you send it out to your buyer. So what I'm trying to get to the point, Dean, is that maybe you can come back and renegotiate. I don't know if you try to come back and renegotiate, but first you must have a buyer that bites on it and said, hey, 100,000 is too much for me. I'm not going to pay you 100 for the property. I need to be at like 80,000. And let's just say you lock the property under contract at 105, right? Or 100,000. So now you got the buyer in line. Now you go back and you renegotiate with the seller. Does that make sense? So let's just say you tie a property under contract and you mess it up and everything, you did everything wrong, which means your ARV was wrong, your rehab was wrong, right? Everything was wrong. The number is completely off. But what it is it's like you throw baits, you just need a bite, right? You just need somebody, a buyer to bite on it and give you feedback and say, hey, you know what, Dean, that is too much. 100 is too much. You need to be at like 60,000. So what you want to do is you want to tell your buyer, this is what you would say to your buyer. Let's just say you're my buyer, Dean. I said, hey, Dean, we would love to make it work with you. I know the seller's motivated. So what we can do, Dean, is that what I can do is if you like the area, you like the property, you drove by it, you like it, but you just need to be at 60,000. I mean, if it's too far, if you lock it up at like 105 or 100, and the buyer needs to be at like 60,000, maybe it's just too far apart. But if you lock it up under contract at 100,000, your buyer come back and said, hey, 80,000. So what I'm gonna do is that I'll say, hey, Dean, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do, and let me know if it works for you. Okay? You guys, this is real talk, real negotiating with buyer, with seller, and I do this, so I'm not making it up. I'm not telling you guys things I don't do. And the thing is, this is real. This is real things that I do. So I would tell the buyer, I say, hey, you know what? I understand the price is too high. The seller is motivated to sell. So here's what we can do. And let me know, Dean, if it works for you. So what I can do is I'll set up a walkthrough for you on the property. You can do the walkthrough. And then after the walkthrough, you give me your final answer. And you can go ahead and tell your buyer the seller's motivated. I love to make this deal work for you and the seller, and obviously, you know, and for us as well. So why don't you, so I can set up a walkthrough so that way you can go through the property, because you want the buyer to give you a solid answer where they can move forward, not just an estimate. Because if they give you an estimate, you come back and you renegotiate with the seller, and then the buyer walks through the property, and then the buyer's like, well, no, I can't be at 60. I got to be down 40,000. So you want a solid answer so you can go back and renegotiate with the seller. Dean, does that make sense? Are you following me? So I would tell the buyer, and typically the buyer, you know, the buyer would be like, yeah, sure, you know what? I can certainly do that, because you just tell the buyer that the seller's motivated, and I would love to make this deal work for everybody. If that's your only buyer, that would take a bite and actually give you a feedback. So I would go ahead and set it up, have the buyer walk through the property. The buyer came back and said, yep, at 60,000, I'm ready to close on it. You want to get a number. You want to get a date from the buyers, like how soon can you close? The buyer be like, yep, I can close in 10 days. Come back to the seller, renegotiate. That's it. You come back to the seller, you renegotiate, and whether it works or it doesn't work. If it works, great, you got a deal. If it doesn't work, then you just cancel the deal or you ask for an extension. But obviously you send it out, the numbers doesn't work. There's no way, there's no reason why to extend the contract. Then you just have to cancel it. Does that make sense, Dean? I hope that makes sense, man. But what I'm telling you is that when you got a property under contract, you just got to do everything you can to see how you can close it. Don't just like send it out, and a buyer, you lock it up at 100, a buyer came in and said, oh yeah, you know, it's too high, and then you just let it go. Well, no, you asked the buyer, it's too high for you, but where do you need to be in price, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that trying to do other ways to try to see how you can make it work. You already take a lot of time to lock this deal up in the contract. Now you just need to finish it up. It's like, how can you make this work, right? For you, for the seller, and for the buyer. Let me see here. V said, thanks, but I could not have done it without your channel and Facebook page help. Trying to increase virtual sales. Khang is a great teacher. Do what he said. Take massive actions. V, thank you so much for the kind word, you guys. Honestly, thank you so much for the kind word. Everything that I know now is everything I've learned from people. I'm not smart. I don't come up with anything. Like, I don't come up with any of this. This is the thing that I learned from people, and I'm just sharing with you guys. Basically, I implement and share with you guys my experience. All right, and then hopefully it'll help you guys out. Gary Joseph, seller won't sign contract without having my attorney. I don't have one. Talk to his. Gary, seller won't sign contract without having my attorney. I'm not sure what you mean, Gary. Is that, basically, let me see. Let me read it again. I don't have one. Gary, seller won't sign contract without having my attorney. Talk to his. Gary, I'm not exactly sure what your question is, but I'm going to try to put it together here. So you're saying the seller won't sign your contract because the seller wants to look at your contract and have their attorney talk to your attorney? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, is that you like the seller, yeah, I have sellers said, hey, Khang, we send the contract to them, right? The seller said, hey, Khang, I need some time. I'm going to have my attorney review the contract. Don't get scared. Great. Right? Just get a deadline time of when you can get it back, but great. Yep, tell them, yep, you can share with your attorney, talk to anybody you want to. Make sure you guys review it. Make sure you're happy with it. And if you have any question or concern, just relax. It doesn't matter, right? If, you know, the attorney's going to come back and say, oh, yeah, we don't like this. We don't like this. Okay, well, don't pull the trigger and say, okay, well, I'm going to make the changes. No. You got to say, okay, well, what are some changes that you want to be made, or what's wrong with the agreement? What's wrong with it, right? And then what you want to do is when they tell you, okay, this is wrong, then you will be like, okay, well, let me go back to my team, and you guys don't go at it like you're the one man or one woman or one girl show. just think as a you and I are partner, and always think when they say something, saying I got to go back and get an answer, and like you have to go back and get an answer from me. Do you know what I mean? Like use a third party that they have to go through. So typically, just say, okay, you guys have any questions? They came back, they said, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Then you're going to go back and be like, then you tell them, okay, not a problem at all. I'm going to run this by my team manager and see what they say. You want to make sure you put it out there like you are a part of a company, so that it gives you, I guess, more, what is it? The seller feels more trust, I guess, and it give them more peace of mind knowing that they're dealing with a company. Do you know what I mean? And that way that way you don't make it so easy, where when you make it easy, they're going to come back, oh, no, we want to make this change, that change. You'll be like, okay. You know why I know that? I used to make that mistake. And they can ask for one changes after another. But when I be like, oh, well, you know what? I don't know. That's something that our company don't really do, but I can go back to my team manager and try to see if I can ask for that approval or take that off or add that or whatever it is, okay? And the thing is, Gary, you don't have to have the attorney talk to your attorney or your title company. Just say, if you have, once you review the agreement, and typically I share this in my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package. When you send the contract to the seller, first, you don't say contract, you use the word agreement. Don't ever say contract, just say agreement. I don't know why, but it helps me a lot better when I say agreement. The seller doesn't feel uptight. Everything that we talk about and agreed upon should be on the agreement. You as a seller, you're going to get the exact amount of money that we agreed upon. Us as a buyer, we're going to get the clear title to the property. Feel free to review it with your, if they say I'm going to have my attorney review it, great, no problem at all. If your attorney or you have any questions or concern about the agreement, please don't hesitate to give me a call back. I'm more than happy to answer any question you guys have. That's it. Like, their attorney don't need to talk to your attorney. It's like you have issue with the contract. You just talk to me, and I'll talk to my team and see if we can fix it. That's it, Gary. Son Hung, happy Sunday. Nice to see you. Yes, nice to see you. Welcome to the channel and the family. Come on, you guys, smash the thumbs up for me. Share the live. If you know that, if you think anybody might be interested in wholesaling, share it, tag them. I don't know what you do on here. Coach Team 601, second deal, Khang. Can I send over the original purchase and sell agreement without the seller's personal information on it? Can I send over the original purchase and sell agreement without the seller personal info on it? I'm trying to think what you're trying to say here. So are you saying that is it okay to send the agreement to the seller without having their email address, their phone number, or, but obviously on the agreement, you already have their, name on title and everything like that, but you just don't have their email or their phone number. Is that correct? If that's what you're saying, that's completely fine, because your attorney or your title company needs to your title company or your attorney needs to have a way to get a hold of the seller. So at least you don't have to have it on the agreement, but you need to let your title company or your attorney know how to contact the seller, because they need to contact the seller. But if that's what you're saying, personal information, yeah, you don't need to have their personal information on the agreement. All you need to know is you just need to make sure that, whoever's on the title, it's on there, right? The seller's name, and then they just need to sign it. That's it. That's the most important. Any other question there? There's so many questions, and I'm sorry if I skip your question. If I haven't answered your question, just drop it in the comment again, and I'll do my best, because I am a slow reader. Khang, 1 month, 1 deal under contract, buyers loves it, and a 10K assignment coming my way soon. Woo! Zach, once you close your first wholesale deal, remember, reach out to me, you guys. For those of you who recently closed your first wholesale deal, email me at wholesale2millions@gmail.com, and I would love to get you onto the show to share your stories and your first wholesale deal. And the reason why we do that is to motivate and inspire others to say, hey, you know what? Everybody can do this. Life-changing for everyone. Thinking, take massive action. Massive action. Boom, boom, boom. It works. I always say it's our company policy. I need to run it by my team. V, that is correct. 100% correct. You guys, when I put myself as part of the employee, where I have to ask permission or, what is that? Not permission. You guys, my vocab is very limited. When I have to ask for approval, when I have to ask for approval, it just makes it, sometimes I tell the seller I have to go but get an approval, and they're like, oh, just forget it. Okay, we're just gonna sign it, right? So, always, man, it helps me so much. When I first started out, I negotiate on behalf of, like, I am the buyer. It's just so much tougher, right? Josh Mendes, you guys, as I shout out your name, as I add any kind of value to you, even a little tiny little bit, and I know some of you are shy to smash the thumbs up or comment, because when I watch other video, I'm kind of the same. But don't be shy, smash it up. Show me that show me that this video helps and things like that. Hi Khang, what up Josh? I don't have the funds for the 1,000 option fee. Option fee. How do I get around this? So you mean like earnest money? Should I get a loan or tell the end buyer to pay for it? The seller doesn't care how much I put for earnest money. Okay, I gotta think about your question here. Let me see. What are you trying to say? Hey Khang, I don't have funds for the 1,000 option fee. Are you doing like a lease to own, like an owner contract? Option fee, because you said here, the seller doesn't care how much I put for the earnest, which is probably the earnest money. Josh, man, I'm really stuck. I don't know exactly what you mean. Or tell the end buyer to pay for it. Well, I guess if you can tell, I don't know exactly what your question is, Josh, but if you can tell your end buyer to pay for it and your end buyer agreed to pay for it, I guess problem solved, right? Jonathan, what up? Armando Sanchez, what up, buddy? Does lot size affect your offer? No. Typically, lot size can vary the price a little bit, but typically if it's the scene, typically you're talking about anything like if it's on acreage, then yes. If it's, if you're looking at a house that is 10,000 square feet and the other one has 15,000 square feet lot, I really don't think there's a difference there. But if you're looking at a house that sits on a 20,000 square feet lot or a 8,000 square feet lot, and there's a house that sits on almost an acre, yes, then there's a price difference there. Right? Which means the one that sits on a larger, almost close to an acre, probably it's more value. Khang, what's up, buddy? What's your 2019 wholesale goal? Delano Johnson, my 2019, man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm probably just going to push my 18 onto my 19 because my 2018 goal was to do 350 a month. We're not. We're hitting it close to about 250 per month. So I'll probably have to push that onto 2019 because I want to hit it, right? So 2019 is probably going to be trying to hit that 350 goal again, man. Because it's like, you set the bar and you haven't jumped across that bar and you try to set it even higher. To me, it doesn't make sense. But so to me, if I don't hit it, if I can't jump over that bar that I set, then I gotta go and try. Sorry. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm back. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back yet? Am I back? Okay, let me know if I'm live, you guys. Hey, Khang, is it necessary for a buyer to give you earnest money up front when signing the assignment contract for your assignment fee and then remaining balance for your assignment fee at closing? Absolutely. I mean, that's how the deal should work. And that's how the deal should work. Denise Smith, yes, it is absolutely 100% normal. Titama Khang, just a question, does wholesale beautiful homes even make sense for the buyer? Yeah, I mean, if you can get it. So some of you asked me like, hey Khang, what if the house doesn't need any work and it's in perfect condition? Well, as long as the seller willing to take low, as long as the seller willing to go, willing to sell to you at that discount price, then yes, you can wholesale it. Angel Car, I can't pronounce the whole last name. Hey Khang, is it possible to make my first deal living overseas? Yeah, you can virtually wholesale. When my wife and I first started, I don't know how the paperwork. I guess your question is, you're saying if you live in another country, can you wholesale in the U.S.? So I don't know how the paperwork works, but what I can tell you is that when we were when my wife and I first started, we go to seminars, and we go to seminars, and a bunch of I guess they're Israeli, right? They live in Israel and they're wholesaling in the U.S. So I don't know how the paperwork works, but I know that that they do it. But if you're saying that, hey, you have a U.S. citizen or a green card, and now you're living in a different country, or you're vacationing, and can you still wholesale here? I did wholesale deal while I was in Vietnam. My wife and I went vacation, and we wholesale here. So yes, I'm sorry if I don't. I'm sorry if I'm not unclear with that. Kayla Survivor. Do you still do deal or no deal, Khang? Yes, I do. It's just yesterday been a busy day, so I haven't got on a Saturday deal or no deal. I'll try to do the next Saturday deal or no deal. And hopefully that's what you guys like. Jones, Khang, what is a good skip tracing company that is reliable and a mojo worth buying? So question number 2, Mojo. I've never used a Mojo, so I can't give you my opinion on it. Skip Trace, I heard Skip Genie or TLO is really good. They cost a little bit more than other one, but what you want is the results versus penny and dime. You know what I mean? Like if it's just penny and dime, you want the one that produce result. So I heard Skip Genie and TLO are really good. Delano Johnson's, when you get those letters and postcard returned to you for bad address, return to sender, whatever, what do you do with them? We skip trace them. And the thing is, Delano, we don't skip trace every single one of them. It's just too much, right? Because we send out like, $30,000 to $40,000 in mailers. So typically, we get so much back. We only skip trace the vacant and the deceased, but not every single one of them. But for you, yes, you might have to skip trace all of them, because maybe for you, you don't have that much. Regis Tang Khang, what is a ideal ARV? What is an ideal ARV? Regis Tang, I'm not exactly sure what your question is. By what you mean is, what is an ideal ARV? You mean like what is the price point that you would target? Is that what you're saying? To me, stick between 150 to 200 to 300 up to like 400,000, maybe a little bit more, right? It depends on the area, right? But what you want to do is, because in those ARV margin, your assignment fee can be a lot larger. And if you are targeting, if you're in an area that your ARV is like, completely fixed up, you know that in those areas where you can buy a house for like 60,000 or a duplex for 70,000. the area, what I have seen is that the assignment fee is like between 5 to 10,000. But if you go to one that are like, you know, the resale is like 200, 300, 400, your assignment fee can be pretty large. Like it can get up to like one six figure, you know, a six figure on one deal. If that makes sense, let me know. If not, NJ99, hey, how do you determine the repair value for a home when you have no clue on repair value costs? NJ99, yeah, man, when I first started, know nothing about real estate, know nothing, I have no construction background, couldn't even tell you what, when people say sheetrocks, I wouldn't even know what sheetrock is. When people said vinyl window, I wouldn't even know what they mean by vinyl window. Okay? Regis Tang said, I mean loan to value, LTV. 70%. So how you would figure that out, repair costs, NJ99 is, if I were you, I would call some contractor and start talking to them. Okay? And saying, hey, you know, I'm looking to do a remodel here. You know, call some company, call some contractor. Then you have an ideas. And all you do is NJ99. You just want a rough idea, a rough estimate of what things going to cost. Don't need to go down to the exact amount. Just a rough estimate, because they're going to share. This is what they're going to tell you when you ask them. Well, we can't give you an amount. You know, because we really have to see the property. We really need to see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Just tell them, hey, I just need a rough amount. A rough amount what it costs to rehab a bathroom. A rough amount what it costs to redo a kitchen. A rough amount to, you know, paint the outside, the inside, redo the flooring. Just a rough ideas. And what you want to do is when they tell you that rough amount, you just, you know, make a note of it. And all you can do is when you go and make the offer and the seller said, oh yeah, you know, the kitchen needs to be updated, the bathrooms, the electro, the plumbing needs to be updated. And then you just go off of that amount and then make the offer. NJ99, does that make sense? So you don't need to know. You just need to call around and talk to some contractor and have a rough figure of what it's going to cost. Or you can go ahead and watch some video on YouTube. Just search it, you know, how to estimate repair costs. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of video that pops up. But what I'm telling you is NJ99 is don't overanalyze. Your focus should be, hey, you know what? Learn how to talk to seller and then market your way to find the motivated seller. You shouldn't be focusing on like, okay, I need to figure out, okay, the toilet is how much, the sink is how much, the tub is how much. You just need a rough ideas, all right? So let me know if that helps. So let me see here. Denise Smith, Khang, since my LC is registered in Tennessee, I can only wholesale within Tennessee, not other states. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if that's true or not. I honestly don't know if that's true, and I can't tell you if it's right or wrong because I haven't done it myself, so I don't know. But to me, I think if you have a LLC, you should be able to wholesale in any states you want. It's just that when it comes to, you're just going to be taxed at the state that you open up your LLC. Does that make sense? Or, you know, so, Regis Tang, Khang, how to be co-wholesale with you? Well, I guess, first of all, you got to be in my area. You know, how do you estimate rehab costs? That question does come up a lot. Delano Johnson, are you coming to Maryland? Yes, but probably next year. This year in December here, we're probably going to go to a masterminding. We're going to go to a masterminding. It costs like $25K or so to come and join this mastermind. And we're going to go in December. And I'll make sure that I'm going to bring you guys along the way. So I'll make sure I do some video and things there. I'll make sure that I can get some of those guys to come onto the channel to share their stories or a quick interview with them, because some of these guys are just, man, they are just power player. Some of these guys are doing, $500,000 to $1 million a month. But I'm not going to target I'm not going to interview the guy that does fix and flip. I'm all basically wholesale, wholesale, wholesale. All right? Whether you're meeting the seller or you're doing it virtually. But those are the people that I want to bring onto the channel. It's just wholesaler. I hate the whole fix and flip, man. Anyways, you guys, smash the thumbs up. I'm going to go. Any other question you guys have? And before I leave, you guys, this is for those of you. It's not for everyone, but it's for those of you who is ready and who is committed, and you're having trouble talking to seller or negotiating the deals, getting the seller to drop price. What I'm telling you is you got to check out my King Khang Amazing Seller Script package, and I will show you and teach you how to dominate and crush it on the phone. Whether you're cold calling, whether you go door knocking, whether you're meeting the seller somewhere, once you know how to talk to seller, man, trust me. I have someone ask me the question on my Facebook page yesterday, or the private Facebook group that I created. So once you purchase the King Khang Seller Script package or my Wife Lawn Super Marketing Blueprint, you get a code to join the Facebook group. And the link is in the description, you guys. Just go to wholesale to million, no S, wholesale2million.com. It's $4.95 for my King Khang Amazing Seller Script package. And you guys gonna have, and I have one of my, so someone on the private Facebook asked me, is Khang, if you were to go back in time, what is the one thing that you would change? What is the one thing that you would change, right? If you were to go back. And this is, you guys, believe it or not, and I'm not trying to sell to you guys, but this is my honest, truth, deep down from the heart opinion. Or I guess, yeah, well, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But this is honestly my deep truth opinion on it, or answer for it, is I would have taken the time and tried to learn how to talk and communicate with seller. Because what it is you're trying to sell a product or a service, but you don't know you don't know how to pitch and sell your service to make it sound good to the seller, right? So you're trying to sell a service. So to sell a product, you need to know how to sell this product. What are some good ways to say things or to talk? So that way it's like music to the other person that is trying to sell you the product, or that's trying to buy your products, right? So when the seller calls in, you need to know how to talk and communicate where it's like music to the ear. And if you do not know what to say and how to communicate, you're going to lose on this deal. And that is my one honest answer, is that I would have spent more time learning from other people, searching from other people how to communicate and talk to seller. Because it took me 6 months to get my first deal, and it wasn't even through directly with the seller, because I did not know how to communicate and talk to the seller. If I know how to talk to seller like I do now, I would say it wouldn't even take me more. It wouldn't take me 30 days to lock a property on a contract and get it sold. It's because I did not know how to communicate. I was taking massive action, you guys. I was sending out letters. I was driving for I did everything I can. Like, I'm gonna post up pictures. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see I would sit there every single day, 7 days a week. I was writing letters, expired listing letters, from 9 p.m. after work, from 9 p.m. to 12 to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I would send out these letters, right? And I would send out these letters, but when the seller calls in, the way that I talk, it's just not good. And a lot of times when you don't you think you're good, but if you haven't got any deals on the contract for like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and you getting calls coming in, there is a problem to your talking skill and your communication skill with the seller. Trust me. And like I said, it's not for every one of you. Maybe when I tell you this, you'll be like, and I get another guy that posts on, that DM me on IG and said, hey, Khang, I was really debating to buy your products or to buy your package or not, because I was debating if it's worth it. Like, do I really need it? And I know exactly where you're coming from. My wife and I was, when we were trying to go in this masterminding, we're like, do we really need it? Is it really worth it? But this is what we said. What if we got one thing from it, and what if we got one thing from it that got us the deal, that we can make that back, the 25,000, but now we can continue using it over and over and over again. That's already worth it itself, right? So just one thing that you got from the script that allows you to negotiate with the seller to get them to drop $500, $1,000, $2,000. That's already money back into your pocket, and you get to be on the private Facebook group as long as you want, right? So I understand where you're coming from, you know? It's like when you don't have to budget the money, and you're debating, you know, is it worth it or not? Like, do I really need it? Or can I just go ahead and do this myself and try to learn? Well, you know what? It all comes down to whether it's time or money. You rather pay the money and get the information right away, or you're going to pay time and trying to, over time, right? Trying to collect all this information, trying to put all the puzzle together. But I'm telling you, that is my honest opinion, or my honest answer is if I were to go back, that's the one thing I would focus on is how to talk to seller. Because I see, the thing is, you know, you can meet the seller in the street, you can go cold call, you can door knock. Let's just say if you don't have the money, right? Let's just say you don't have a large budget to market. Well, if you are good at talking to seller, you can put out your time. You can go door knock. You can drive for dollars. And if you can talk to the seller and know how to communicate and dominate the phone call, your conversion rate is just a lot better than those that are just going at it like I did. Right? Your conversion rate, like when people approach you, like let's just say you have a store and people are trying to approach you, trying to buy, and if you are good at it, you know, your chance of selling that product is a lot better. Yep, if I were to lose everything, I just don't want to lose my communication skill with the seller, period. Right? That's it, because I know that I can do, you know, I know that I can do other free way to generate these leads. But like I said, it's not for every single one of you. And I also have you guys ask, well, Khang, is your King Kong seller script package, is it just virtually, or can I use it to go meet seller? Yeah, man. You can, you know, you basically what it is it's basically, it just stuff that you need to talk to seller and how you talk and how you handle the objections and things like that. So whether you meet the sellers or whether you don't, you know, for those of you who wants to do it virtually, that script you can lock probably up on the contract virtually. But if you want to go meet seller, you go meet seller, man. But I'm telling you, once you have done a virtual wholesale deal, you don't want to go meet seller anymore, because you just see the value of your time, and you just like, hey, if I can lock it up in the contract over the phone and go meeting the seller, I mean, what's the difference? Why wouldn't I do it over the phone? Any other questions? Let's see here. Denise Smith, yes, you're absolutely right, Khang. You have to know how to communicate with seller. Man, you have to. You have to know how to communicate with seller if you want to get deals. V, agree. You need to be able to talk to seller and buyer, or you won't succeed. You need to do the script by heart. And yeah, you need to memorize the script by heart. And then that way you'll be able to, you know, when the seller say something, you'll be able to come back at them, all right, without looking at the script. Big Dan, after I make my first million, Khang, next I will wholesale to $1 billion. With a B. Oh man. That's funny. Some of the comments you guys put in here, it's just, some of the comments I read, it's just hilarious. It cracked me up. Khang, I lost 2 deals. All right, you guys, I'm about to get off soon here. Just a few more questions, or a few more answer. Khang, I lost 2 deals in negotiating. Me and the seller were too far off in negotiating. How can I get the deals? NJ99, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Like, you mean you and the seller negotiated, you guys are too far apart in price? So NJ99, so what you can do is you just set follow-up, man. It's like, you know, don't try to really push and try to make the deal work. do the best you can. When you communicate, do the best you can, make the offer to the seller, and if it doesn't work, you just set follow-up, and then you move on to the next one. But don't dwell on that one and miss out the rest. And I'll tell you why you do that, or why people do that. People do that is because they don't have any other leads coming in, and this is the only one that they got coming in, so they just focus and drill on that one lead and really trying to make it work and try, and they're like, oh, maybe I say something wrong, and they try to see if they can say something better, blah, 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 and really focus on that one, and they miss out on the rest. And that's what I'm telling you. We were off by 6,000. Well, NJ99, then you have to go, dude, that's not a far off, man. So I would go back and ask them, hey, you know what, go back to them. So let me finish that. So when I first started, because I didn't have enough deals coming in, I was focused on one, and I ended up losing on the rest, all right? Because I keep on focusing on trying to make that one work, and all my focus was going on there. And that's what happened. When you only working on one and focus on one, you got to think, because you don't have enough leads. If you don't have enough leads flow coming in, that's why. So focus on trying to generate more so you don't worry about that, okay? You're off them by 6,000, man. I would call back to the seller, hey, you know what? I talked to my team manager, we really want to buy the property. It seems like we're only 6,000 apart. Where do we need to be as so ask the seller. So where do we need to be in price for us to move forward and do this deal with you? If the seller drop price, great. If the seller doesn't drop price, NJ99, you know what I'm going to do? Is now I want to ask you is what I want to ask you is that, what is your assignment fee on it? If there's room, I would lock the property up in a contract and then send it out to your buyer. And then maybe now you have a commitment and your buyer come back, and maybe you can work out a deal where you can renegotiate. Does that make sense? Shaka Jones, Khang, I always watch your video and admire your car. Thank you, man. What kind of car is it? It's the 2018 AMG C63S, 510 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. I'm not a car, you guys. And this is my dream car. It's not the Lambo, it's not the Ferrari, but this is my dream car. I really enjoy, really love it. Anyways, you guys, come on, smash the thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the live here. For those of you who are new to the channel, who are just coming on, who are just discovering wholesaling, what I'm telling you is have an open mind and dive into it, dig into more of this. I'm telling you, this business can change your life financially, right? So if you're new to the channel or you're interested in learning more about wholesaling, boom, smash the subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. And also to smash that bell notification so when I go live or upload a new video, you get notified right away. And for those of you who are starting out, let me give you a last tip. Pick one or two people that you felt the connection with that you want to follow. Because when you are trying to follow too many people, you will get confused, all right? You get confused, and confusion is going to make you like not doing anything because you're going to go around in a circle. So pick one or two people that you felt the relationship or you felt connected with, and then just focus on them, all right? Just focus on them. Because everybody, we get to a place differently, right? We wholesale, but everyone does it kind of a little bit different. And when it's like when you try to mix too many ingredients when you first start out and you try to make that perfect pie, and some person tell you do this person tell you do this, that person tell you do this, and you mix them all together, it might cause a disaster. So I pick one or two people that you make sure, okay, that's the kind of pie that I like, which means that's where I want to be, right? That's where I want to be. So I'm going to dive in, study him or her, and then what it is this is what's going to happen. As you go, right, as you go and as you succeed, right, as you start to get traction, as you start to make, as you start getting results, and as you start getting better, what's going to happen is that you'll be able to come up and create things that others not doing. What I mean is like you will eventually have your own way of wholesaling and how you can make it better, and basically you'll be able to you'll be able to come up with new things. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You'll be able to come up with other things to make it better and make it more fit for you. Does that make sense? So anyways, you guys, take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Marisa, anyone tried to race you yet? Oh, heck yeah, man. Or I'm sorry, it's a girl. Marisa, heck yeah. I have so many people trying to race, and guess what happened? I smoked them all. I smoked them all, left them in the dirt, dust. Anyway, you guys, you can follow me on IG, follow me on Instagram at Khang, KHANG.WTM. I really love you guys, really love the whole wholesaling to family, and that's why when I go live, I just can't get off because I really, really love talking to you guys. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And like I said, if you are having trouble and want to check out my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, do not buy it because it's a no refund, no exchange products. Do not buy it unless you are ready and you are committed to take your life and your business to the next level. Do not buy. I do not want you guys to waste your money and buy it when you are just not ready, when you're just like, I don't know, I'm iffy about this. No, I only want those of you who is ready and who is committed, all right, to buy the products, because I don't want to see you waste your money, okay? Take care, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, because I know that this journey is not easy. It's not an overnight. It's not like you buy it, you buy it, you send it out, and the next day you get a deal. No, I don't want you guys to think like that, all right? It's going to take work. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take a lot of work. But if you are ready and committed, I promise you, like, I guess I can't promise you, but the script, man, it's going to change the way that you talk to seller. And once you get onto the private Facebook group, I even share with you guys even more things about the business, kind of pull back the curtain a little bit. And my whole goal is trying to add as much value to you guys and see. And I really want to see everybody that invests in my products, really want to see you guys getting the results and the, and the benefit from it. But anyways, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to zip, done. Have a good Sunday. Bye.